in Excel using your data from lab. The first thing that you're going to want to do once you've collected all of your data is you're going to want to open Microsoft Excel. When you do that, you're going to then enter your data in the first two columns. Your X data, what you want to be plotted as your independent variable on the x-axis, is going to be graphed in column A. And what you want to be plotted on your y-axis, which is the dependent variable, is going to be entered into column B. As soon as you start to enter your data, what you're going to see is, first and foremost, you do not want to enter any units. You only want numbers entered. So I'm going to enter data from a made-up lab. On my x-axis, I'm going to plot time. On my y-axis, I'm going to plot distance. So we're going to do a graph of distance versus time. Once you've entered all your data, you're then going to, if I can do this right, highlight all of the data that you've entered. And now you're going to go to Insert, Chart. You're going to choose to insert a scatter chart. And once you click Scatter, you're going to do Marked Scatter. That has no lines on it. Now you'll see that as soon as you do that, it's going to enter the graph for you. Here's your graph of your data. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to title all of our axes. We also want to title our graph. We want to, if necessary, display an equation on our graph. So to do that, we're going to go to the Format link. If you go to, if you go to View and you go to Toolbars and you go to the Formatting toolbar, you'll see that we'll be able to see all of your things that we can label. Let's see where this is now. Here we go. You're going to go to Chart Layout. On Chart Layout, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to go to Title the chart. When you try to title it, all you're going to have to do is click right in here and create your title. Usually the way we title our graphs are whatever is plotted on the y-axis versus whatever is plotted on the x-axis, in this case distance versus time. Then you're going to go to Axes Titles. For your axis title, if you go to your vertical and horizontal axis, we're going to click Title Below, and it's going to give you a block so that you can title it. For each axis, you're always going to label it whatever the value is that you were measuring, and then in parentheses you're going to put the unit that you measured in, so everybody who reads your graph can figure that out. The next thing that we're going to do is the other axis, which is the vertical axis. You could choose to do rotated or have it written vertically. I like the way it looks rotated. I'm going to choose to title this what I've measured on the y-axis, which is distance, and then in parentheses what it was measured in this case meters. Okay, you can see, and I can make this a little bit bigger so that you can check it out, but you can see that all of these labels are correct. Now the last thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add an equation and a best fit line. To do this, we're going to right click or control click, and we're going to go to Add Trend Line. You need to click on one of the points on your data in order to get this menu. Once you click Add Trend Line, you're going to see that the line actually does appear. If the graph looks linear, it's going to fit to linear. The only other one that we will need to concern ourselves with is if you see something that looks like it's non-linear, meaning you see the data points curve in any way, then you would click Polynomial. For all linear graphs, once you have the trend line drawn, you're also going to go to the Options tab, and you're going to want to display the best fit line equation on the chart. You can then click OK, and you'll see that the equation for your line in the y equals mx plus b format comes up. You can move it over so that you can see it a little bit better, and then you're complete. The last thing that I would usually encourage you to do is type your name in one of the cells so that when you're ready to print this graph, you can know that it's going to be yours that's coming out just by checking out your name there. That's it for creating graphs in Excel. If you ever look at the handout that you were given in class, this goes through all those same steps of everything that you need to do to create a proper graph in Excel.